there, so we are about to take off to go to Sweden, and by we I mean West Lancashire Scouts. We're all Scouts, and we're going to be going on the Sweden adventure, wilderness adventure, and we're going to be canoeing for 10 days around lakes in Varmland, I think it's pronounced. We're in Sweden now. We've just touched down and we've got our bags.
No, we've been standing around for 20 minutes.
We've been standing around waiting for one of the bags. Andy's bag. We've lost a boarding pass and a phone so far, but we found them.
We got the phone.
And now we're looking for paddles.
No, we got the paddles.
We got the paddles. We've got the paddles. So that's 3 things we lost and we're not out the airport yet. 6 hours later. We've just got to the campsite. It's about 2:30, 3 in the morning. We're putting tents up now. It's drizzling a little bit, but it's alright. We're all proper knackered now, so we're just going to go and crash. Hi there. So it's about 10:30 and we've been sorting out all our food that we've brought with us. All the dried stuff, and now we're going to the supermarket to get some fresh stuff for the next couple of days. We've finished packing all our gear up and getting all the food ready for the rest of the trip. We had to buy 10 days worth of food and somehow pack that into about 4 bags. So yeah, that's ended well. And now we've got the rest of the day just to explore. I've forgotten what's it called. What's the town? Hagfors, which is where we're staying, and yeah, we're just going to have a wander around a Swedish supermarket. We've just been in this Swedish supermarket and we've found some quite interesting peperamis. This one's reindeer, I think. I don't know, I can't read the ingredients, so I don't know if it's actually reindeer or it's just a picture of it. It's the first day of our actual adventure. It's a bit late now. We've got up, had breakfast, packed away camp, and then driven in the minibuses to our start point, which is in the middle of the woods somewhere next to the water. We've just packed all our gear and all the group kit into the boats. So now the boats are stuffed, and then we've got to get in them, so they might sink, and then we're paddling across that.
Got Libby, sit down.
Sam's head's going to be close. Yeah.
Sam really is. No, Sam, you're going to be close.
Sam's now lower than Harry.
We should make way for them. I want to watch this.
Guys, we're back off the bridge.
We've just come across a bridge on the lake that we're on, and some of the boats could get under it, so one person would lean back and they kind of push themselves under, and then the rest of us with these boats that don't fit just kind of portaged over the little bit of land there. We've just done our first portage, so it's when we unloaded all the canoes and carried them on their wheels. They have like little wheels that attach to the bottom of them, and we pushed them like along a few roads. It wasn't that far. This is one of our shortest ones. We have one that's about 1 kilometre at some point, and carried our big bags on our back. And then we're now on this different lake. It's less choppy than the other one. The other one was really windy. And once we're on this, we're going to paddle along for maybe an hour or 2. And then going to find a campsite. Happy birthday! Hey. So we're now at camp. We're all camping at the same site for this first night. Most of us have tarped it actually. A lot of them have gone for the hammock and a tarp option. I've never slept in a hammock before, so I don't really know how that's going to hold up. But it should be alright. It is chucking it down, however, so everything's soaked. But yeah, it's alright, we're just getting tea going now. The fire's going out. I haven't mentioned yet, it's my birthday.
Mark, no idea.
I'll try if I want to.
Happy birthday. Right.
Are we going to sing another chorus?
Please.
Please. So needy. All together, after 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carly. Happy birthday to you. That's the pterodactyl, that.
spin round, Jack. Go, stay here. Wait.
Today's been interesting. Our route today has gone like up a river, upstream. Now, when they ran this trip a couple of years ago, the river there was no flow in it, so it was essentially a canal, and they made really good time. Whereas when we've come up here today, the river's fuller and there's quite a lot of flow, so we've been making slow progress, and we've got to a point now where we're trying to tow the boats by like walking on like a dog up the side of the river, like kind of like this, what's going on here.
That sounds like a big
Lloyd, I found it.
Yeah, see, you shit.
Okay, it's now about 9:45. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had a chance to vlog. Before, when I said that we were going to do kind of a walking along the shore with the canoes, that didn't work. We had to do a portage, so we put the canoes on the little wheels, loaded up all the bags, and it was about 2 miles we had to walk, which, was it 2 miles? It's probably more than that. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you've got a really heavy bag on your back and you've got to drag a canoe, and we had to make several trips because of all the group gear, it was actually really tough. Normally we would get to the campsite by about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Today it was almost 8, and we're really early. Like, we were supposed to be several kilometres ahead of where we were, because, as I said, the river was much higher than the guys who have been here before remembered it, and we were just paddling up a river basically, so it was quite difficult. Fast moving water, but yeah, we're gonna get to bed now, and tomorrow has another nasty portage, a really steep uphill one, but hopefully, because we're on a lake, the actual paddling shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, but even though, you know, it was a long walk, it was actually quite nice because the sun's out. The sun's been out for quite a while. You know, it's really nice and it is gorgeous here. So yeah, it wasn't all bad. It could have been a lot worse. Morning of day 3 of the expedition, and we've just spent like an hour doing more portage, but we're at the water now, so this is the last little bit, and it's all uphill. Hello again. So our main portage today was carting 10 canoes, 10 days worth of gear and food for 20 people up that hill. Now, we were at the water down there. So yeah, we were right on that lake, and we've walked all the way up a really steep hill on a nasty track, and we've carted all this gear. All this gear has been carted up, and there's still a little bit more coming, and then we've got even further to go. We don't know where the lake we're going to next is, so it might be a while longer. So that last portage took us a lot longer than we all expected. It was really hard. We were like carrying the canoes up this really steep slope, went on forever. And pretty soon after we got to the top, we've just come and found a camp spot, and we're just camping here tonight. But yeah, so it's been a rough first 3 days. A lot of people are really tired and getting quite moody that we're, you know, it's not how we expected. But you know, these things happen. But this evening's really nice. We had our teas, which wasn't disgusting for once, And yeah, it's a really nice spot we've got here. The sun's in the way, but you can just have a little look. This is what we get to look at. Woo! Good morning. It's day 4, and as you may have noticed, it's the first day that it's actually sunny when we've woken up. And it's not just sunny, there's actually no clouds whatsoever. Look at the grins, guys, smile. They're all so happy because look, not a single cloud. No clouds. And yeah, so I've put my sun cream on for today. We're sticking on the left. We've been paddling for about an hour now, and we've just stopped for a snack, second breakfast at this church here, which is quite quaint is the word, I think. Hello again. So we've finished kayaking for today. It has been a really good day actually, weather-wise it's been really nice. We had quite a long portage in the blazing sun, but it wasn't too bad. But the weather has closed in now. We got less than a day of sunshine. There's actually a bit of a thunderstorm going on behind us here. And it's moving our way. So we've just got our fire going as well, so we're a bit disappointed. We'll see how that goes. Hope that clears because there's blue sky over there. Look, blue sky, thunderstorm. You know, so yeah, we're just gonna. We've had our tea though, so we might just have to crash into the tents. Can you hear that? I'm gonna go and jump in my tent. Right then, we've just sat out a Swedish thunderstorm. So obviously we sat under the tarp and made cake. What we've made is bannock. It's like this backcountry kind of cakey thing. You can make it savoury, but we've put a ton of sugar in it to make it essentially donuts. And we're going to fry it up either on the stove or the fire if we can get it going again. Unsurprisingly, the rain put it out. The video. Thought I'd
My berry! Sorry, you can have that in the video now.
Have you ever made a fire before, Tom?
Yes, but she started it off so bad.
This has ended well.
The other side.
Yeah, it's not supposed to end up like
Jess
this.
hasn't taken her beady eyes off it, so she knows exactly where it is.
There you go, it's recording.
Coralie, you left it lying around. We had to mess with it, I'm sorry. Let's video everything. Right, there's the lake.
Now this is where I fall over, it's on film. Yeah. Shouldn't have said that.
So we've just spent the morning paddling through a thunderstorm, and to be honest it was kind of grim actually because it was really windy and the wind was like head on, so it was really hard to paddle. We're all drenched now, but we've warmed up a bit, and yeah, the next section is down a river, but the flow of the river is with us this time, so that should be a bit easier. But now we're at one of those points that you get on expeditions like this where the canal ended and we're on a track, and me and Jess here are going and scouting where we rejoin the next river. There are signs, but they're few and far between and not very well signposted. Sorry, there was a path there. And yeah, so we're just going to go and have a little look and see where we're actually going. So the weather this afternoon has been a bit better than it was this morning when I couldn't even vlog because of the wind. But yeah, we've found a really good camp spot. However, at the start of the trip, they split us all into 2 teams of 8, and for most of the nights we've been camping in like separate areas because the ground down here is like really rocky and that. You can't actually fit that many tents, so they split us into teams so we can kind of spread out a bit more. But we found a really good spot tonight, so we've all just kind of mingled. I'll just give you a little tour of the campsite. There is still not that much room for tents, so we've got like 4-5 tents up just around here, but a lot of people hammock, and we've done that. I've done that a few nights. That's a kind of makeshift one, but yeah, basically you put a tarp on a ridge line between 2 trees and you sling a hammock underneath it, and it's quite comfy, but it's quite cold as well, so you have to wrap up the wall. Louder!
been ruined.
You've had like an hour of that. He's had it 2 hours. I've had nothing and my spine is killing.
Yay! After all the crap we've had today with the weather and that, there is one quite good factor. A, we're having a lovely campfire, and B, we have the most amazing sunset. A cross between like a normal one and a fun something. Right, it's about 10 o'clock, so it's quite dark. I don't know if you can see this or not. Anyway, Elliot and Jack, because there aren't many good hammocking trees around here, have decided to bunk bed their hammocks. Have a look at this. Okay, and we're gonna watch them trying to get into it, which is gonna be interesting.
Top bunk, here we go.
Oh!
Go on. Go on.
God! Oh!
We almost had it.
Take two! Oh my God!
What just went snap?
Something went snap.
Oh.
Legs over, legs over! Hey!
Harder to get in top one.
Comfy?
There you were.
I am comfy. You're right up there, Jackie.
Yeah,
Did you
it's
slap
pretty
his ass?
I don't know. I think that's his arse down here.
Oh, you just,
Hang
you
on.
just poked it.
Roundabouts. Yeah, there we go.
This is what we signed up for when we thought about coming to Sweden. Canoeing. Look, it's so sunny this morning. And it's warm. And Jack is looking a bit terroristy. And yeah, it's going to be a good day. This is the most unpleasant bit about canoe expeditions. You have to carry your canoes. It's called portaging. You stick wheels on the bottom, and we've got 2k to walk, 2 kilometres to walk on this bit. Luckily it's along the road. We've done some that are on like along dirt tracks, and one the other day that we had to stick the canoes on our heads because it was literally just a footpath. Hey, nicely done. Whee! Hey, get shallow to the right a little bit. Ooh, that's nice. Guys, tell the camera if it's warm or not. This interesting looking contraption is a camping oven, and we've got bags of cake mix, and it's in Swedish though. The instructions were in Swedish, so we've kind of cobbled together a cake. It looks like a cake, but I reckon half the ingredients might not be right. So we're going to try it and see what it looks like.
Okay.
Stick the spoon in. Right, here we go.
Fingers crossed, everybody. Hold on, we should have a third for each group. Cake.
This isn't a tribal ceremony, man.
Right, hold on. That's group ones.
That's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's fair enough. 3 groups.
That's smaller than all of them.
That's 1 group.
I don't think we need individual plates for that. We're going to be getting like this much each. Fair enough.
It's all right.
Fair enough.
The third. Hold on.
Hand it to... Ah, there we go, Harry, on form.
Elliot has never moved so quick in his life.
Never.
Right, shall we tuck in?
Group 1, come on.
Need all of that.
Yeah.
Right.
It might be alright to start with.
Although it was like an original cake mix. Oh, It tastes lemony, but good. Oh,
I'm following the cake, you just keep sodding moving.
Come here, pass it.
Delicious. This is what happens to the last of the cake mix.
7, 6, 5,
4, 3, 2,
1.
Keep going!
Got it here!
You can't keep going!
Down it! Down it! Down it!
Don't stop!
Down it!
Ain't about that.
Down it! 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 Oh, just a little bit like that.
Fuck it up! Bit left.
This is an issue we get fairly often on an expedition like this. The maps we got here are really rubbish. So essentially, not down to our fault or the leader's fault, we've gone past the turning point we think we were supposed to go off at. So we've now got to go back up where we've just come into the wind and try and find somewhere to camp. We're on day 8 now. We spent the morning paddling, and at this like halfway point we found a supermarket. We've all got really carried away and just bought a load of pastries and cakey stuff and all the stuff we've been deprived of for the last week and a bit. We didn't notice, however, everything here seems to have dime in it. Just like everything. This section of portage crosses over this really big main road, and it's only a short section, but we're having to sprint with the canoes up this section so we don't get hit by 18-wheeler logging lorries. This is that's how far it is. On this little section of path we found some wild strawberries. They're wild ones, so they're really tiny. I only got one because I was last to the party and everyone nicked them up. Still day 8, so it's the second to last night of the expedition, and because this is a supermarket today, we bought a feast including Pringles. They got some sausages and we got burgers. Today's our last full day of paddling. Tomorrow we've got like a half day summit, but we haven't got much. So because it's our last full day, the leaders have just given us the map and said, right, we'll meet you on this island in this afternoon. Right, we're all camped on tonight on this tiny little island, and there's not enough space to go to the loo. So you have to take one of the canoes and the shovel and the bog roll and kayak across to the other island over there, right? Which we couldn't camp on. And Richard, one of the lads, has got across, and they're now nicking the boat he's used. We found some teeny tiny frogs. Look, oh, he just fell. He's gone. He's gone. Save him. Oh, he was so small. Look at it. Look at the little. Oh. We made a thing.
You then cover the hole and shake it so that it vaporises into the expansion chamber. You then light it, and this goes boom, pushing that in there outwards at great force.
Hopefully.
He says.
Upwards, Put it out.
We have finished the expedition and we are outside Stockholm. We are playing pool in a scout hut.
Today's our last day in Sweden. Friday we finished the expedition, and then Saturday was spent clearing up all the gear and all the stinky stuff, and then we spent most of the day on a bus. So we're staying at a scout hut. We're kipping on the floor because it's just a normal scout hut with no beds or anything. The scout hut does, however, have a pool table and a ping pong table. Guys, smile. We've been walking around Stockholm for a little bit, just kind of going into souvenir shops and that, and we've come to the Nordic Museum, which it's not Nordic, it's Swedish stuff specifically. But yeah, it's really nice. We're just going to go around some of the exhibition. For our last night in Sweden, the leaders have paid for a meal out for us, so we've come to this steak grill pizza place, and it's really good. It's really good. Look at all the food. Look at all the food.
Ignore the beer.
There's burgers somewhere. So it's our last night of being out here in the Swedish wilderness, and just as everyone's going to bed, I've come out onto the lake in a canoe for a little paddle. It's interesting because the whole time we've been on this expedition, we've been doing the whole campfires and camping out and hammocks and all that kind of thing. But Sweden's also really famous for its, it's got so much space and wildlife, but when you're with a group of teenagers paddling having noisy bonfires, you don't really see any of it. And there are bears and there's bears and mooses and all that kind of thing out here, but you don't see much of it because until now I haven't just come out, sat down in the lake and just had a look around, and it is quite amazing just how much space there is. We don't get this back home in the UK. We don't get this much just space with no houses and no, infrastructure. So yeah, and it's something that I think you only get in scouting. Like someone my age wouldn't have come out here into Sweden, known where to paddle, what to do. So yeah, it really is an amazing opportunity, and I don't think it's really sunk in until I've been here now. Yeah, how much of a great opportunity it all is.